Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and I just wanted to have just a little chat with you and kind of bring you up to speed on what's going on with me, where I've been at, and all that fun stuff. So many of you, or maybe not many of you, know that I am like in a state of influx right now, just a lot of change in my career life, and I brought that change on, and I've now been able to have a little moment of rest, and it's been nice. I have had some realizations in the last couple of weeks that I've been off of work. I made the decision to quit my insurance job, which I worked at the company for 12 years, the company that I left, and I've been in the industry almost 20 years, and I just made a decision that it just wasn't I just couldn't do it anymore. I needed a change. I needed to make something drastic happen, like yesterday. And meanwhile, I'm growing this online tarot business, and then I'm doing hotline calls, and then I'm a wife, a mother. So I had all this stuff on my plate with my full-time career, not realizing that I was in significant burnout. And I am still, you guys, recovering from the burnout that I was experiencing. Like, I mean, it's a trip. Like, I feel like I still can't get enough rest. There's still more sleep to do. And it's a trip because I've been getting a lot of rest. I've been able to dream again. I realized I wasn't getting a lot of sleep, so I wasn't really dreaming. So it's a miracle I didn't have a bunch of colds or wasn't sick. Clearly my high vibing self is able to keep my immune system up to a certain level, thankfully. But let me tell you, I was burnt out. I am still very much recuperating from all that work. In fact, I just kind of took a break from my tarot reading, and I didn't do a lot of advertisements like I normally do for, kind of drumming up some business for the tarot readings. I just was like, whatever regulars come through my virtual online door would be the ones I do readings for. I'll still do like my, content for my membership group, and then I'll do my YouTube content when I feel up to it. And that's what I've been doing. I basically took a hiatus from also doing hotline calls. I just was like, I really need a decompressed moment in my life, and it needs to be now. And so I watch TV. I've been hanging out with my husband. I have really been getting a lot of rest and hanging out with my kids, and that's been so soul nurturing for me. My oldest is moving out, and not only is he moving out, he's moving away to the other side of the country, and I'm really sad about it. At first I was like, gosh, I can't wait, because it's time for him to go and grow and spread his wings, and I was like all gung-ho about it. And then today I realized I'm a little sad and a little nervous, and like, oh gosh, am I already at empty nest time? I mean, yes and no. I still have kids at home, but I don't know. It's just like, oh, this is the beginning of something else. It's I'm so having big tarot moments in my life, big moments in my life that's happening, and just seeing my oldest preparing to move out it's like bittersweet. You hope your children grow up and go on their own, and you hope that they're happy and healthy and all is well. But when that moment is coming near, you're like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, what is that about? But with my career, one day it was just like I woke up and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And it was like a loud voice just screaming in my head. So I was like, I'm done. I had to wait until my boss came back from her vacation so I can put in my notice. And, you know, I have a series that's on my membership, in my membership group, that I've been kind of doing a vlog through the whole quitting process. So I'm not going to go through all those details because it's like, I feel like I've talked about it so much. But a long story short for my YouTube tribe is I put in a notice May 14th to the company I work for. I work in insurance, and I was an analyst for a couple of years. Before that, I was in arbitration. And before that, I was a claims adjuster, and I had a license to sell insurance back when I was like 19, 20 years old. And now I'm near 40, so it's been a full, happy career, really. It's been a blessed career for me, but it was so time for me to go. Like, I felt like we wore out each other's welcome. I stayed too long, is how I'm feeling. But I know, my spiritual self knows that, you know, everything happens in its own divine timing, including me quitting. So I'm not going to beat myself up about that. But yeah, a lot of things was happening. So I put in my notice. My boss was great about it. I mean, she was sad. I worked for a team, a very tiny team of like, I think it's like at that point we were just at 3 reps, and then my manager, and then she managed a couple other people who weren't doing the same thing I was doing. And we were doing it for the entire company, which was for the entire country. So I worried that I was like leaving people in a lurch, but then I had to let that go. I had to do what was best for me. So I gave them a long notice. I wanted to be out in a month's time, June 14th. And my boss asked me if I'd stay longer to help, you know, to help with the big meeting. She would like a big meeting week she had at the end of June. And she thought that I would be helpful in that. So I was like, sure. I didn't have another job lined up, folks. I made the decision to quit my job without a job lined up. Anyone who knows me knows that I am not like that. I am very much, as you can see, I stayed in a job for 12 years. I don't make rash decisions. I don't leave jobs without a job in place. I just don't operate like that. But this time I did. And I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going through a midlife crisis or something? What's happening here? But no, I just reached a point where I was like, it's time to go. And I was willing to do my tarot business full time. But see, I got the invitation, I got the call to follow my heart's true desires. And I was willing to work my business full time. My husband was just like, okay, well, he's got his own thing he was doing, his own work situation he had going on, but he was like, you do what's best for you. And his work situation was he also had come to a point where he had quit his job, but he has a creative project that's like, it's 10 shows that he's going to be a part of, and it's paid, and it just wasn't going to work with his regular full-time job, so he's doing that. But meanwhile, I am like going through it. I was like, every day I was feeling sick to my stomach. I didn't want to go to work. It wasn't like once I got to work, it was fine. I was happy to be there with my coworkers, so I felt like we're friends. My boss was cool. It wasn't like a situation where it was like super bad. You just get to a point though where you want to fly away, and you feel like the more you try to fly away, your wings are clipped. And I just wanted to fly away. My workplace had become a place of sadness for me, to be honest. A lot of my, working at a place for 12 years, you've seen things. In 2018, I was very vocal in my YouTube channel about losing 3 friends in a short amount of time. All of my friends had worked there at the same time, and I when they passed away, it just really hit me. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, I could still feel their beautiful light and energy in the building, but it made me sad. It made me miss them, and you would think it comforted me, but I think it was that feeling, maybe from them, that was like, it's time to go. It's time to move on. And I just one day woke up. It wasn't a one day woke up. Like, there were a couple of things that kind of led up to it, like that I won't go into because it's not really important. You know, it was workplace drama. Not like, oh, me personally, but just, you know, the company was making certain decisions that it was gonna have to kind of force my hand to make some career changes anyway, you know, but maybe down the line, maybe a few years from now versus now. But like, sometimes when an instinct or intuition moment come up inside of me, it won't let me alone. It flares up my anxiety. It flares up my depression, and I won't get my happy back until I listen to that inner voice. And once I listened to the inner voice, everything just was better. Like, after I put my notice in, things just got lighter and lighter. But yeah, I have been having a wonderful summer. The channel hit 1,000 subscribers, and that's just awesome to me. Thank you all. In slowing down my work life, my personal life is blossoming with my immediate family. My husband and I are hanging out and talking more and dreaming together, working on the front yard together. And that's been exciting. I've been hanging out with my daughter and my boys, and especially since my oldest is moving away, it's been really important for me to spend time with them. And that was one of the reasons why I made the decision to leave my job. I got this card that jumped, Ride the Wave. As I shuffle and talk about my story, I wanted to spend some time with my kids, because I knew once I started a new career, a new daytime career, if you will, a new main income generator, it was going to probably be a while before I could really hang out with them like I'd like to. And I wanted to take a couple of months off at least. But as it turns out, I applied for state jobs. I live in the state of California, and I love it. I've been born and raised here. I can't imagine I don't want to live anywhere else. I know people are like, well, you haven't given anywhere else a chance. And okay, that's all good and dandy, but I love where I was born and raised. So there's that. So I made a decision that I was no longer going to work in the private sector. If I'm going to work for someone else, it would be, if I'm going to work for someone other than myself, it was going to be in the nonprofit capacity, whether it's for the government, whether it's a nonprofit organization, whether, you know, whatever the case may be, it would be nonprofit. The only profit company I'm working for is my tarot business. And that was it. So I applied for a handful of state jobs, and Discernment. I kid you guys not. I'm shuffling and these cards are jumping. You guys, if you watch my channel a while, you know I pretty much exclusively deal with jumpers. And Discernment jumped out. And that's right. I discerned that I didn't want any more insurance jobs. I didn't want any more private sector jobs. I wanted more heart-centered jobs, and I'm thrilled because I picked departments with the state of California that would allow me to be able to work helping the less, you know, the people who are in need the most, who has the least. And I wanted to help children, I wanted to help elderly, I wanted to help homeless people. So I took aim at a department that I felt was close to that, and that was the Department of Social Services. That encompasses all of those groups that are in need. And I'm like, if I'm going to be an analyst, I don't want to be an analyst for a private company for an insurance company. I want to be an analyst for the state that I want to give back to. This state has given a lot to me, and I want to give back, and I want to help people. And so I applied, and lo and behold, I went on a flurry of interviews. I had to tell my boss, my current boss at the time. She was beautiful about the whole thing. She, you know, because it's a career change. It's not like I'm going to the competitor or something like that. I'm changing my life. But when I put in my notice, I had told my boss, I told the human resources people, I told them that it was because I was wanting to spend time with my kids. I have other personal endeavors, my business to work on, my husband's projects. I just wanted to take a break. My oldest was moving out. I gave them all those reasons, and all those reasons were true. I was just nervous, nilly like I am. And, you know, I didn't really think that the state was going to move so fast. But apparently, just as I was in need of some heart-centered work to do in my day-to-day, they were in need of an analyst who could help. And they started wooing me. Next thing you know, I'm going on all these interviews, getting offers, and I'm like, this is exciting. So I accepted an offer with the Department of Social Services. It's different, you know, it's a big department that I'm just one little cog in the wheel. But what I'm going to be doing is definitely helping the people who I want to help. And so I'm so thrilled about that. And I can't help but to think, like, that was not by accident. I had a lot of helpers. I have friends who work for the state who helped me. I had a friend who had pointed me in the right direction with finding the right department that would work best for me. I've been doing a lot of reflecting about it. And I'm like, wow, like, it was all divinely guided. Something inside of me was like, you need to put in your notice now. I hand wrote, I spent a whole week drafting my notice while my manager was on vacation. She was like in the Bahamas, I think. Was that her Bahamas trip? Can't even remember. Anyways, or maybe it was her Mexican trip. I don't know. Anyway, she was on vacation. So I wrote my resignation letter. Guys, I can't help but think it all was just divinely led, so I could find this department that really was looking for people, and they were like, we had this unique program where we're trying to fast track. We know the state is notorious for taking months, sometimes years to get people through. It took me a matter of weeks. I mean, it's like miraculous. Anyone who knows trying to get on with the state, unless you're like an accountant, an attorney, or some like specialized something or another, it takes a while to get in. But I was the directionalist. I didn't know how to navigate this, getting on with the state, but I have friends who had paved the way for me. I have to give shouts out to them, because they took the path or paved the way for me, and it made my journey so much easier. Like 3 of my friends and coworkers who worked at the same company I did within this past year got hired on, past couple of years, I'll say, maybe two years now, have gotten hired on there. And then one of my dear and best friends have been on with the state for a good long while. So it's quite fulfilling and exciting to listen to your intuition, listen to that voice, follow it, and not know how any of this is going to pan out, not know how any of this is going to work out, but just trusting. And then it all unfolds beautifully. It's still unfolding for me. Like, I was willing, you guys, to take a big hit in my savings. I was making really good money. I had a nice vacation balance. You know, you accrue, as you work for a company, you accrue time off. So I was like sitting pretty, but I was so like, no, this is not. I just wanted to crawl out of my skin sometimes, because I was like, this is not where I'm supposed to be. And yeah, there's an invitation to go deeper and deeper and deeper, and that's what I did. That's what I did. So I wanted to bring you guys up to speed. So lots of things have happened or is happening. I have a lot of videos recorded, but guys, I'm so like, I had to take a break, and that's why you haven't really seen me a lot. I had to, oh my gosh, I kid you not, they're jumping. Yeah, I had to heal. I had to heal. I was so exhausted. Days upon days of sleep to catch up. I didn't even realize that I was that tired, but sometimes when you are filled with passion about what you're doing, filled with purpose, and I have a serious deck collection that I have to keep adding to. No, I don't have to keep adding to it. By the way, I'm not going to keep adding to it. I felt like I had to keep working hard, and then it just hit me. And I needed some inner healing and definitely some physical healing. I lost a lot of weight. Definitely, I'm happy about it, but I am 5 pounds under my goal weight. And I had to go make sure I went to the doctor to make sure I was okay, that I'm not like, there's not something health-wise going on with me. And it just turns out, no, I was stressed and unhappy. When I'm stressed and unhappy, I lose tons of weight. I don't stress eat. I'm the opposite. I will not eat. I will get tunnel vision, focus on what I need to get done, especially with tarot reading. If I had like a hella readings that I needed to finish, I am not going to like stuff my face in between readings. No, I'm going to plow through the readings and then eat a little bit and move on to my day job or whatever. That's just, but that clearly is not going to work. And I realized I was neglecting my relationship with my husband, and that's not going to work either. So I needed some balance. I needed to remember what was important in my life and what it's not. I mean, I love tarot. I love it, love it, love it. It is definitely one of my life's passions. But, you know, it became a job and it became work, and it became part of my burnout. And I needed to take a break from uploading videos for a moment. I needed to take a break from working, doing the grind, waking up, commuting every day, and then coming home, spending time with the family a little bit, and then diving right into my tarot business. And then my tarot business, I'm working every free moment. It was going into my tarot business. And, you know, like time off, weekends. Now the job that I'm going to be working for after I'm done with my probationary period, they have a lot of flex scheduling, maybe the option to work from home from time to time. And working for a governmental entity is probably not nearly as stressful as working for a private entity, I've been told. So I feel like this will be more of a balance that I'm hoping for. But now I'm not going to just, you know, keep going down a path if it's not feeling good to me, you know. But anyways, I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed. I am so excited about the 1,000 subscribers. It's got me reinvigorated with ready to upload the videos and to publish the ones I already have ready to go. And it's got me reinvigorated to get back to work on my tarot business. And eventually I'll be ready to go back to the office. Hopefully I still have like 2 or 3 more weeks off. And then I'll probably be back in the office. It'll be probably a month and some change that I'll be off before that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I've been aiming for. Is at least a month or 2, really desiring 2 months, but it's not looking that way, which is fine. My savings account will be very happy that I'm not planning on just not working indefinitely. I mean, I've been wondering and feeling a little guilty about, initially I was like planning on doing my tarot business full time. I was feeling guilty that I was kind of reneging on that, but not really. Here's the thing. You know, myself, especially my husband, could live in a little hut and be happy, but I can't. I have expensive taste. Not expensive taste. Actually, I don't really have expensive taste at all, but I have a certain way I want to live, and my tarot business isn't there yet, and that's okay. I want it to grow. I want everything in my life now to grow organically, including the little garden that we're trying to grow that I never was able to start till I took this time off. That's one thing I've been doing, is help me and my husband are working on the yard, and it's been amazing. I've been able to admire him and just enjoy life for a bit, and to have time to do visioning, which I hadn't been able really to do in a while. Just so I'm telling you guys all of this to bring you up to speed why my channel has been a little quiet, what's been going on with me, and what's to come. I am going to continue to make videos. That's going to continue to happen. I'm going to continue to do my tarot business. I'm going to continue to have my day job, if you will. When the time comes when my tarot business is at a place where I feel comfortable to completely not have a day job, I will cross that bridge and make it happen. And it may be sooner than later, who knows? But the perks for working for the state cannot be ignored. Like, my student loans could be forgiven after so many years, great medical benefits, a pension type plan for retirement, lots of sick time, lots of vacation time over, all, you know, flexible with the work schedule. I just can't turn that down. And I'm a career woman, always have been. Since I was 18 years old, I worked for a bank for a little while, and then it's been insurance ever since. And so, you know, my husband was like, well, why don't you work for the Department of Insurance for the state of California? And they actually have called me, and they were looking for, you know, some information. Like they're going to contact me for an interview, perhaps. And I was like, I just don't want to even, I want to close that book, that chapter. I'm ready to start in a whole new direction, you know. And so my friends have been, my insurance friends are like, they're like, oh my gosh, you got out, you got free, look, you're free. And I'm free at a young enough age where I can start a whole new career, put in another 20, 25 years, and yeah, had 2 careers in my life, you know. I surrendered to the call of my higher purpose. I surrendered to listening to my intuition, and it's taken me to a beautiful place. My needs have been taken care of. I've been in a truly supported way. I have not wanted for anything since I've quit, but I've only been off work for a couple of weeks, truth be told. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be off much longer, but I'm blessed, and I'm blessed to be able to do something like this. And I encourage you all, don't stay stuck in a job that doesn't feel fulfilling anymore, in a company that doesn't, you know, I'm not saying my company didn't value me, but I didn't feel like it was a good fit anymore. And I want to encourage people to take a chance. Now, of course, I agonized over this after I made the decision. I lost some sleep. But once I made the decision that this is what I had to do, everything fell into place. And sadly, or not sadly, other people in my department also began to, once I put in my notice, other people began to put in their notice. Secrets were revealed that other people were not happy in their life. They too wanted to go. The secrets, the discussions that we all had amongst each other, it was like everything kind of spilled to the surface. And our employer was not necessarily thrilled, but you know, life goes on. You know, changes have to happen. So I'm telling you all this long Rambly video to say, A, thank you for going on this journey with me and being here and watching and staying tuned even when I haven't been really present. B, to let you know why I haven't been really present. I've just been doing a lot of healing. Like that card, where is it? Healing. Healing has been happening. Rejuvenation and restoration of this old body. It's been happening here. And in healing of relationships, I'm actually planning a trip to the beach with like my sister and my mom and dad and my niece and then my kids and my husband, and I'm looking forward to it. A lot of my oracle cards have been saying, girl, you need to get to the ocean. So I'm looking forward to spending a few days at the beach with them, the coast, and just spending time with my extended family, because I hadn't even been able to spend a lot of time with them. I've been so busy. So it's just been really good to be in a place where I just have room to think and breathe and rest. And if you are able to ever do that for yourself, give yourself that gift to do it. This was a gift that I just decided to give myself, and I'm grateful I did. I don't know if I'll ever do this again, but I encourage people, take care of yourself. Take care of yourselves. So there you have it. More to come. More unboxings. About the unboxings, oh, they're going to slow down. Well, here's the thing. A lot of these unboxings, sorry, hit the tripod. A lot of these unboxings happened several months ago. So they're not me just going like on a binge. It will look like it. I actually bought these decks like several months back, and I just haven't had a chance to upload the videos. So bear with me. The videos are coming. But I love you guys. I love that I got 1,000 subscribers. Yay! It took a while, but that's okay. Like I said, I like the organic growth. And I like to feel like my channel is like this boutique kind of channel where, you know, my peoples, my tribe find me, and, you know, they adopt me into their life. That's how I feel. So it doesn't have, I was happy with 2 subscribers, to be honest with you. Less pressure, of course. But no, I was just happy with that, because again, I'm doing this. And I think that's also important to mention, that there was a point where I was like, do I even want to do YouTube videos anymore? Do I even want to do videos, period? Where am I? What is going on here? But once I got in this chair and started recording, I realized, no, I do want to record, and I am going to record. I was just really burnt out, and I couldn't see up from down. If I had not quit when I did, there's no doubt in my mind I was well on my way to exhaustion and probably having to end up in the hospital. I kid you not. And again, like I said, don't do like I did. Take care of stuff well before it gets to that point. And that's what I'm trying to do, by the way. I feel like, okay, I did that. But yeah, you guys, that's what's been up with me. There's gonna be videos coming. I have so many recorded that needs to just be published, so don't you worry. You're gonna have plenty to watch, plenty of videos. And I'll be around. I'm gonna be putting out videos I've already recorded, so stay tuned for those. So I'll be around. You'll be able to reach me. Join my Abundant Life Tarot group too, by the way. I have a private Facebook group, but if you just knock on the door to come on in, I'm gonna let you in. Just follow the rules, be cool. We are good. It's a little, again, I like to say boutique, a little, you know, tight little group. And I don't, you know, want to just feel like I need to rush anything. But, you know, come over there. I'm very much active over there. I'm in there quite a few times a week. I do my, I do all sorts of little things in my group, and so check that out if you want to have some access to me, more easier access than YouTube, for example. And then you'll also know what videos are coming down the pike as well, because I'll be talking, they'll be featured in the Facebook group. So there you have it, folks. Just wanting to bring you up to speed to what's been going on in my life and where I've been at, and to thank you all. And I said this like a million times, thanking you like a million times, but I'm just feeling so good finally. And it feels so good to just, breathe. I think I've gained a couple of pounds too, so I'm kind of excited about that. I'm like, I want to gain just a couple of pounds and get to my desired weight. And I'm going to keep it there and eat well and be well. Same to you all. Be well. Much love. Many blessings.